Hi, this is Steve. I want to give you a real-world use example of my real-world Certifier 1000 from Byte Brothers. What you get in the kit is a certifier and a probe, which is also doubles as a testing piece of equipment. And then you get 2 patch cords, and then you also get a little USB cable for downloading the results. Okay, so let's start with testing a... Okay, so I want to do a test, and one of the things that the instructions tell you is there's 2 ports on the back. There's a left port and a right port. And when you're doing cable testing, you're only supposed to use the left port. The instructions say that if you use the left port and you put it on something with PoE or other voltages on the line, it will damage the certifier. So I'm going to plug my cable into the certifier. Okay, plugged in. I'm going to test cable number 9. Let's see, my patch panel, I need to find number 9. Plug in the 9 there. Okay, now, turning this on is a little weird. What you have to do is just press the power button once and then just wait. What happens is it seems like when you push the power button, nothing happens, and that's true for about the first few seconds. Okay, then you're presented with a menu. Now, if you just got one of these or you're going to get one of these, you're going to need to either watch the instructions, read the instructions, or play with it for a little bit before you take it out and start using it on a job. The reason is that it's not incredibly intuitive. It would have been nicer if they had more navigation buttons, but all you get is really for navigation is up, down, and select. Okay, so I want to hit up for menu. I don't know how well you can see that. I want a Cat 5 test. I want a RW certified. You can also do a basic, or you can just use it as a tracer. So I'm going to go with RW certifier. And now it's telling me to uncoil the cable, plug the open cable into the left plug, which I did. And then don't put the probe on. And this is key. Don't put the probe at the other end yet, because if you do that in the middle of the test, it just basically, stops the test. So I want to get the down arrow for test. And it asks me, am I going to test a patch cord, a minimum of 10 feet, or am I going to test a solid copper cable of a minimum of 20 feet? I want solid, 20 feet. Select. Okay, now it's running the test. So this is testing for data, testing for splits. It does some speed testing. This whole test runs for about 20 seconds, or about 22 seconds. And then if it doesn't find any problems here, it'll tell you to take the probe and go put it on the far end. So when this finishes up, it'll actually say in the screen. Okay, so it says plug in probe at far end of cable. Alright, so let's go get our probe. Alright, got my probe right here. And let's go to the far end of the cable. Now, you will do a lot of walking with this type of tester. It would be nice if you had somebody on the other end in a walkie-talkie that you could have move from one cable to the next. Now, this jack is not labeled. I think that it's 9, but I'm not positive. So it also produces trace tones. See? So I heard the trace tone, so I know that. So in the middle of the test, while you're going to the other end, it's producing trace tones so you can validate that you're at the right spot. Anyway, you plug it in, and you'll see these LEDs go back and forth, okay? And if the test is successful, which this one was not, this test was not successful, if the test is successful, it will stop and give you a solid OK light, meaning that the test is done and it's passed. So this failed, okay? So let's go look at another one where it might... That test that I just did that failed, it says that it's failed due to map error. So chances are either the patch panel or the jack is punched down incorrectly. Let's go on to the next one and try that and see if we can get another one that will pass. Let's do cable 10. Okay, so we're going to do cable 10. Alright, so I'm going to go to menu. I'm going to go to unsaved. Now it's letting me know that I'm about to leave with unsaved readings. And that's actually okay because I don't want to save that failed test. So I'm going to go Cat 5.6 UTP, RW certify. It tells me to plug in to the left port. And I want to hit down for test. I want to select solid, test. Okay. Now one of the things you can do, remember I said this takes about 20 seconds, is you can just kind of count out 20 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I think this might be cable 10. Let's see. No, it's not cable 10. Well, let's go see. This is cable 10. Well, it says cable 10. Does it have the tones? Yep. All right, let's see if it passes. Plug in there. Oh, that didn't pass either. Okay. Okay, we're back. So you remember cable 9 failed? So I went and found that yes, there was in fact a mispunch on the wire map in there. So we're going to test it again. So I'm going to go to escape. It's warning me that I haven't saved my previous test. That's actually okay with me since it was a failed test. I want Cat 5. I want RW certify. Plug into the left port. Down arrow for test. And down arrow to select solid. And then select. Okay, now it's testing. Alright. Now you can wait just about 20 seconds. In other words, if you want to start walking while the test is running, basically from the time you start the test, just start counting to 20 and then start walking. And that'll be enough time for the test to finish, and then you can plug in the probe. Now since I haven't counted, I'm just going to wait. Okay, it's telling me to go plug in the probe. So let's go over to where that cable was that failed. And I've fixed the punch. So hopefully this did the trick. Alright, so I'm going to plug in my probe. Watch the LEDs go back and forth. Okay, see how that stopped solid on the right hand side? That means that the test went successfully. So now I can unplug the probe, go back to my tester. Again, you're going to do a lot of walking if you're a one-man operation, but if you had somebody else with a walkie-talkie, you could be really efficient with this. Okay, so there's my results. It says it passed. It's showing me that on a scale of Cat 3 through Cat 6 plus, I'm just a little bit over Cat 6. I've noticed with this that just about all my Cat 5e installations are passing with the little quality bar showing up north of the Cat 6 category. So I'm not sure what that means about the accuracy, but I haven't seen any Cat 5 installation that I've done yet. I've done about 20 tests, and I haven't seen any of them fall below the Cat 6 little spot right there. Okay, so I'm going to go down arrow to review and save. Now this is where it gets really, I don't know, kind of goofy in my mind is in terms of the navigation. Alright, I want to edit the test name. Hit select. Now you can start with a fresh name or you can edit the old name. Since I haven't saved anything in here on this job previously, I'm going to go ahead and start with fresh name. So I'm going to start fresh. Okay, so the way this works is you get the up and down arrow, right? So what they put here in the center of the screen is a long list of letters and numbers. So what I want to do is hit the up arrow until these letters move over until I get just above the letter I want. Then I hit select, and then you navigate again to get to the desired letter, and so forth. So it's not, this is where more navigation keys would have really been nice, but you know, the guys that made this decided that this was the way they were going to do it. And the fact that I can get a device like this for a fraction of the cost of what, say, like a Fluke certifier would cost, I'm willing to put up with a little bit of this goofy navigation. Okay. Anyway, bear with me 1 second and I'll get this finished and I'll show you what it's like to save, and that'll be it. Okay, I need a space. They even have like a spot where you can put it over a blank space, and then you hit select and it gives you a blank space. And I put the cable number, which is going to be 009. Okay, now here's something that took me a long time to figure out. It would have helped if I watched the video first. When you're done typing in the name and you want to get back to the menu, what you have to do is use these arrow keys until the little word menu is right here above this selection arrow. Then you hit select and it takes you back to the menu. And then if you hit the down key, you can go to where it says save readings, and then it saves it. Okay, so it says I've got 3 stored. I had 2 in here from previous test I had done yesterday. And then you hit exit, and then you're ready to start all over again. And I'll show you how to do the download in a little bit. This time I want to show you what happens if you turn on the backlight. So if I hit the power key, and then when it first starts to power up, there's a thing where it says hit select for backlight. So I hit select. Now the backlight's on. Might be a little easier for you to see in the video. Okay, so I want to go to up for menu and Cat56 UTP test. I want an RW certify, and it says I need to plug in the cable to the left port and select the down arrow for test. I want to select solid, select, and now it's testing. You'll see it go through the different little phases of the test here. Okay, now I got to walk to the other end and plug in the probe. See you later.
Hi, so this video is about downloading the results from the Byte Brothers Real World Certifier, or also known as an RWC1000. So the RWC1000, when you purchased it, should have come with a USB cable like this, where one end is a regular USB, and the other end is, I think, referred to as a micro USB. And on the side, on the left side, as you face it, on the left side, there's a small little hole right here. That's where the micro end of the USB connector is going to go. So we're going to plug that in there. We're going to take the other end, the big end, and we're going to plug that into our computer or laptop. As far as I know, it has to be a Windows-based laptop or desktop. I don't know if this works on a Mac or not. I didn't check closely enough to find out if that's true. Okay, so I've plugged it in. Now, there's some software. So if this is your first time plugging it in, there's some software you would have need to have run first. You should have got a CD with it. If you didn't, I'll give you a link where you can download the software you need from my website. Let's see. So that software is right here. It is, let's see, under RWC software, it is 2 files. The one you need is install RWC driver.exe. You'll need to run that the very first time before you plug in the RWC1000 device. I mean, if you've already plugged it in and you didn't run it, it's not the end of the world, but unplug it, run this little driver install, and then replug the RWC1000 in. And then this RWC1000 is the file that, it's an Excel spreadsheet, but it's got macros in it, and that's what we use to download our results. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the device by pressing the power once. Okay, and my computer just made a gadunk, which means that it detected new hardware, or that I plugged in a new piece of hardware. Now I'm going to run the RWC1000 spreadsheet. Okay, now it pops up and it says this file should be opened as a read-only unless you need to save changes to it. So I'm going to say yes, run as read-only. And this has been happening to me the very first time I run it. I get this error message that says Microsoft Excel has stopped responding. Do you want to check for a solution to close the program? I tried to check for solution. That never got me anywhere, so now I just closed the program. I don't know why that's going on. And I click the cancel. I don't know why that's going on, but bear with me. Once I get through that and I launch the spreadsheet again, for whatever reason, the second time it's not been an issue. So again, the question is read only, yes. Okay, and then it asks me again, read only, yes. All right, now it's not doing anything right away, and that's because the security options in my Windows, my Microsoft Excel have prevented the macros from running automatically. Yours may already have run, in which case you'll see something different on the screen. But if nothing's happening, check for this little security warning at the top, and then click on Options, and then you can say, I want to enable the content, and then click OK. And what you'll get is this: one network tester found. That's a good thing. If we're not seeing that, that probably means you didn't install that driver or something's not connected correctly. Click OK. And then it automatically selects the COM port. So what it's done is that driver has assigned the RWC1000 as a serial device off of your computer. And I'm going to click Import Readings right there in the center. Import Readings. Okay. Okay, download from the network tester was successful. Click OK. Now I want to click Edit Report, and then it shows me a list of the downloaded cable test. So, for instance, yesterday I tested two cables, a 217 and a 218. They're both there. I'm going to click Finish, and now what I get is a spreadsheet with individual tabs on it. And by tabs, or guess what I should say is a workbook with individual spreadsheets in it. So see down here, there's a tab for my first cable, wall 7935 2-18, and then over here is another tab I can click on. That's a separate set of results for another cable. Okay, so these are my cable results, and I'm not going to go through what they all are, what they mean, etc. I'm just trying to show you how to download these. Now, remember that when I first opened this spreadsheet, it said, do you want to open as read-only? And I said yes. And the reason why is because you don't want to overwrite that file, that RWC1000 Excel spreadsheet file, with your results. You want to do a file save as. So I'll go up here, choose Save As, Excel Workbook. And then what you want to do is give it a different name. So the default name was what the file was originally. I'm going to save this as the date 20150210. Okay, so I've saved RWC1000 and the date. Okay, I'm going to click Save. Now it gives me this little thing about, you know, these features won't be saved when you save it this format. I'm going to go say, yeah, no problem. Okay. And then you get another warning about it doesn't have this certain expansion pack information. I don't know. I don't really care. This works. Okay, now what I've got is I've got a spreadsheet with a new name with these cable results in it. There's a few things I can do. I can go File, Print, and I'll do a print preview so you can see what a print preview looks like. See, so that's the first cable. All right. And then I can close that one. I can go over to the other tab down here. Remember I said there's individual spreadsheets within this workbook. I can click on that one. Come on now. And then I can also do a file print preview. Okay. There's a few things I can do here. I could print the PDF and send the results as individual PDF files. I could print them out on paper and deliver them as paper files, or I could just simply email this whole entire spreadsheet to the customer who wants the certified results. All right. Now when you're done, you just simply close the spreadsheet. You go back to your tester, push the power key, that turns it off, and then you can unplug the device from the computer. Okay, thanks for watching.